Listen up, space cadets. This is proof that the model of reality you've been sold is not only ridiculous but impossible. It doesn't matter what suit you wear in a vacuum or vacuum chamber, because the same principles and laws apply to all states of matter. The pressure that's caused by removing the gases and oxygen in an environment makes matter expand, liquids boil, metals melt, and containers implode. You literally have to deny physics and the scientific method to believe in the heliocentric model and Big Bang universe cosmology. Are you going to keep pretending you're a randomly mutated monkey man living on the outside of a molten cord water ball shooting through infinity? Or are you going to face the facts that you see before your eyes?
The ultimate and most dangerous test was a huge, specially constructed vacuum chamber.
They were able to pull all the air out to create a big vacuum, just like it would be on the moon. That way we could test our suits to make sure there was no leakage.
One such test narrowly avoided disaster. With all the air sucked out, all that protected him was his pressurized suit. Then something happened.
I heard over the headset that he was losing suit pressure.
He was in serious danger.
There really wasn't any feeling. It was just happening so fast, trying to get the chamber back to a safe pressure and Jim to a safe pressure inside the suit.
As I stumbled backwards, I could feel the saliva on my tongue starting to bubble just before I went unconscious. And that's kind of the last thing I remember.
Essentially, he had no pressure on the outside of his body, and that's a very unusual case to get, and there's very little in the medical literature as to what happens when you have that. There's a lot of conjecture, that your fluids will boil.
As you can see here, the rocket only begins to move when the gases physically push off the chamber.
Remember a couple years ago there was a survey done, 18 to 25-year-olds. Only 60% of them in the survey believed that the Earth was a globe. That is almost half. Okay, so that was a couple years ago, and Flat Earth has actually accelerated. So each year, more people than the year before have come to understand the Earth is not a spinning ball. Okay? Now, the estimate is that 3% per year, 3% of the population per year are at the very least questioning the narrative. So in 10, 15 years, 50% of the entire population at this rate will question the narrative, will question the globe. What? We are almost at a political place with the shape of the Earth.
Yep, every photo of the Earth is artist trickery. All the photos on Google, man, are as fake can be. Download all the photos and put them side by side. Compare all the continents, they're each a different size. Compare all the colors, each globe a different shade. If all of these were photos, man, they should look the goddamn same. Where's the continuity? There's none. No, none at all. All that NASA gives us is a bunch of cartoon balls, cause there ain't no photographs, but somebody tell me why. They're all just Photoshop cartoons, they're all just CGI. No photographic proof of a globe, no, none at all. Why the hell can't no one take a photo of this ball? Now we're supposed to have this telescope, right, that's flying past the stars, taking beautiful photos of Jupiter and Mars. Well, I've got a small suggestion, NASA. Here's something you could do. Point that thing at planet Earth and take a shot or two, because there should be goddamn thousands of photos of where we live. But Hubble ain't taken one. That's suspicious, don't you think? We got all these fancy pictures of spinning galaxies, but not one goddamn photo of the Earth for us to see. Cause there ain't no photographs, but somebody tell me why. They're all just Photoshop cartoons, they're all just CGI. No photographic proof of a globe, no none at all. Why the hell can't no one take a photo of this ball? There ain't no photographs, but somebody tell me why. They're all just Photoshop cartoons, they're all just CGI. No photo.
We all know that a hallway is flat. The ground ramps up, the sky ramps down, and if we merge this onto the water, it coincidentally looks exactly like how we see water. It's the same vanishing point. Now, you have to remember, this is supposed to be a curve, but it matches optically exactly how we see a flat hallway. Got a boat on the water here, boat on the water here, and I'm going to take the water away, and it looks like I have a boat on the hallway, right? Not below the hallway, not above the hallway, not floating in the air like magical refraction. It's just sitting on the flat hallway. It's sitting on a flat hallway. Then I just got a random sunset time lapse and I threw it on here. It's funny how it matches the exact perspective of the sky and the ceiling. Here's another one. It's matching the exact perspective of the sky and the ceiling. And where it goes over here, we'll talk about that in a little bit. Wow, that sun looks like it's getting smaller for some reason. Weird.
Yeah, it's almost like it's local.
We've all seen streetlights, right? We know that these streetlights are all level. They're all at the same height. We know that they're not going down. We know that these lights aren't behind the curve over here. But when we just look at the perspective, it's the same as the sky.
With those streetlights, okay? So because some globers don't understand that, oh, well, but if we go higher, we can see the sun again. Well, it's like, okay, if you put on that just the streetlights only, and you were to lie down on that flat road, you would see the streetlights at the end of the road converge to a point. Now, if you stand up on that flat road, you're going to see more of the poles of those streetlights, right? You've just increased your angular resolution to the horizon, and now you can see more of the road. Nothing to do with curvature. It's just there's a limitation to your vision, creates a vanishing point. Zooming in onto the horizon is the same thing as raising up above the horizon because you're just increasing your angular resolution, whether you zoom in or you increase altitude.
A lot of people have voiced their valid concerns with how much I engage with ChatGPT, but I'll tell you this, it was a weapon that was formed against us. But Goliath's sword was a weapon that was formed against David, and in the end, David took that very sword and decapitated the giant with it, right? So I like to use ChatGPT to have it expose itself and expose the narrative, right? So it's working on the innocent bystander. This deception, this AI deception, is working on the average human being without discernment. They're following the narrative. They're listening to ChatGPT and they're using it as a god. It's their source of information. They lean on it for their understanding, right? It's the new age, new world order, age of enlightenment, basically. And they are turning it into their god, especially when the chip goes in the brain and they have access to the cloud. They're going to listen to everything that this thing says. I can notice from ChatGPT standard to advanced voice, just the upgrade. It's slowly turning back to the narrative. I see how it tries to befriend you and become your trusted buddy so that it can lie to you, right? I can see it all. So it's harder to deceive those who can see the agenda, right? You see it, I see it. Most of us with discernment can see the AI agenda. But see, as for now, I'm just trying to use a weapon that was formed against us and turn it on them, right? And it'll work for a certain amount of time, but then eventually it's not going to work anymore. AI is going to be so far ahead that there is no more of this. There is no more of getting over on it and getting it to admit to things. You know, slowly but surely, it's becoming more and more attached to that narrative. So if I can use it to expose the narrative for now, I'm going to do that. But I understand the dangers. I definitely do. So I appreciate your concerns, and I love you, brother.